Greetings and salutations, YouTube peoples. I'm so glad that you're here, that you came back. If you're here for the first time, I'm so glad that you're taking the time to check out this reaction for a movie that I hope a lot of people haven't reacted to. I am really excited to talk about it because it's been a minute since I've watched it for very personal reasons. Also remember that this movie has a banging soundtrack. I think it was done by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. I bought it and I listened to it all the time. So yeah. Ooh, they got Aramaic. Okay, setting the scene. Let's go. I love Gabriel Byrne. He is definitely a scream king. He's done a lot of horror. Ghost Ship, Hereditary, this. Give me his flowers. Jesus said the kingdom of God is inside you and all around you, not in mansions of wood and stone. Split a piece of wood and I am there. Lift a stone and you will find me. It's really pretty. And very, very, very true. You can always pray. All right, so I think that dude we saw at the beginning, writing, older guy, I think he must have just passed away in this town. They seem to be in mourning. Hello, gorgeous. I do like Gabriel Byrne. I don't know where I first realized that I was into him. It might have been Usual Suspects, but I don't feel like that's accurate. I think for me, Gabriel Byrne has been on my radar for a time before that. I enjoy him though. He seems to have a very great range of films that he likes to be a part of, and he always seems to come back to horror at least once a decade. Don't forget the date that brought you. I also remember that he was a musketeer. You ever seen him in Man in the Iron Mask? Oh my God. I love anything Dumas anyway, but him playing D'Artagnan? Mwah. Why would you fake something like this? I sincerely hope that it's real. I don't think you do this to manipulate people. If it's real, that's one thing. But if it's you putting some sort of something into the statue to make it bleed, that ain't cool. But I think that in lieu of Alameda's passing, and I think he is too a stigmatic. Yeah, he's got the things on his hands. I think he's a stigmatic too. It's probably all related. So the reason everybody's so captivated is because after Alameda died, the statue started bleeding. That must feel like some sort of great beacon or sign. I can see if the devout being very affected by that. I would. If a place that I frequented had a bleeding statue, I'd probably be freaked out too. Probably got sent by the diocese or something to come and debunk it. Yeah, he doesn't buy it. Or at least he has to check. Oh, that's not cool, kid. I can't believe he was able to walk right up to that man's coffin and snatch it like that. Nobody stopped him, and she took it. No questions asked. Oh, I remember that. Oh, here we go. There's the queen. A lot of good world building going on with these credits, kind of showing you who Frankie was before everything that's about to happen to her. Frank Mancuso from the Jason movies and from the Friday the 13th the series too. You ever watch Friday the 13th the series that used to be on in the 90s with Roby and I think one of the guys who was in one of the Friday the 13th movies? There is a series that was on in Canada and it was just not afraid to go there and do some really crazy stuff. Had a great conceit. It was talking about cursed objects and people having to retrieve them, but the shenanigans folks would get into because they purchased them and started to use them for bad, nefarious purposes. I love that show. I also remember thinking her loft is really dope. Like, it's huge open concept, had some really interesting designs, almost kind of feels like the confessional in the church with this grating. I like that. It's all very subliminal, and I appreciate them going there with the set design to kind of put you in the mood about what's going on with this woman. What the heck are you doing in Bella Quinto? That's so random. See, that's why he does it, because you allow it. She's a very tiny, diminutive figured woman. She's not very tall. Those shoes, I understand. Probably had to wear them to keep her in the frame. Cute little thing. I forgot to tell you that I bought this cursed object and sent it to you, and I'm sure there's nothing wrong. I bought it from some kid on the street. She immediately is affected. I wonder why it was so fast. Like, is it a result of her lifestyle that the rosary was like, ooh, you heathen? Not the Vatican discount. Okay, girls, I get it. You ever been to Rome? Oh my God, if I wasn't afraid to fly, I would be overseas in a heartbeat. London, Paris, Monte Carlo, Germany, and Rome.
Bus, club, another club, another club.
Give it all to me, baby. Gotta see those sights with my own eyes one day. Not a Bond villain, not Jumpin' Jack Flash. This can't be good. Enrico Colantoni? I love you, dude. Veronica Mars' daddy. What up? It's so funny what 20 years can do. I recognize everybody. I just told you that a statue is bleeding tears, and you want to know about the Virgin Mary on the wall? Sus much? Serves two masters, right? He's got the church. He's obviously been to seminary and he's been ordained, but he also knows science. That's got to be a difficult road to trod. It's good to have friends that mother, you know, because we don't see our parents all the time. As we get older, it's only the family that we choose that's around us. So I'm glad that she has somebody solid in her life. She about to go through it. She about to get hit with the first one? There are 5. There's the crown for the crown of thorns. There's the hands through each one and through the back. There's the back, the lashing. And there's the feet from when they're nailed to the cross. And then the final one, which I would think would kill you, is the spear in the side that they did to Jesus to make sure that he was unalived. I don't know if a person can survive all 5. I think St. Francis of Assisi didn't. I think he got his first stigmata after the prophecy that he received in 1224 September. And by the time he got to October 1226, he was dead. Where'd that dove come from? A dove? Uh-oh. I can't remember how the first one hits her, but that can't... Oh, wait a minute. What's on your wrists? Is there like an entity grabbing? Obviously. Ooh. Ooh! Through the wrist. Right, because they said that technically the hands wouldn't have been able to be strong enough to hold up a body on the cross. So the feeling is that it was actually through the wrists because that could support the weight. Oh my God. Oh, you could see the vein. Oh my God. I know you. You're that dude in Crash who tried to kill Michael Peña's son, but you fired blanks because you didn't know how to ask for the right kind of bullets. Did you ever see Crash? That's a good movie, but I don't know if you should have won Best Picture. Okay, you need better bedside manner because she's not being very kind. All right, so she's telling you she ain't suicidal and she didn't do that. So maybe listen. Ooh, oh, geez. Okay, friend, why didn't you clean this up a bit so she wasn't walking into a nightmare? She obviously doesn't remember going through this. Who called the ambulance? Oh, she is there? You aren't going to clean that up first?
Clean that up, you idiot!
Not everybody can know the truth. They split it up between the 3 denominations so that no one party knows everything. Just back out in the world after that. I don't know. I think I'd need to talk to somebody. I don't know if Billy Corgan has done a soundtrack since this movie, but this is good work. It very much fits the ambiance of the film. Good job, Billy. York.
Okay or just okay?
There's a baby!
There was a lady and there was a red... Nobody's looking at this chick. There's actually a thing there. If it was a vision, then why is there a red blanket? What? I'm confused. Why are you looking at her sideways? Oh man, this is mean. This is so mean. What's that got to do with Francis? What's that got to do with the stigmata? No, I'm seeing ladies dropping babies in streets. I am not okay. Thank you for checking in, though. So seeing a nun and a priest triggers her. Are we in for number 2? Please don't hurt that priest on this train. Oh, he's seeing this! Good! I mean, I'm not happy this is happening to her, but I'm glad that he's witnessing it so he knows that this is real. Ooh, I like the light. Looks like exquisite pain, but then the light on her face is so beautiful. She's literally being whipped by an unseen force. And this car is shaking. But I'm glad the priest saw that. He knows that she didn't do it to herself. And she gave him a name to call for. I think that's Gabriel Byrne's character's name. This is very Exorcist coded. Everything they did to Reagan. Please don't put that in her eye. What have her eyes got to do with her messed up back and her serrated wrists? She's so haunting. She brings so much, I don't know if it's pathos or ethos, but she brings so much of it just by her visage, her face, her eyes, her overbite, her alabaster skin, and her washed out hair. It all just lends itself to this narrative. It's very smart casting. You don't have to do anything. She's just haunting on her own. But also ethereal because of how they're choosing to light her. I appreciate this movie for that. I'm sorry, I did see Exorcist Believer. I really enjoyed it. I know people hate it, but David Gordon Green is just doing things differently, and I appreciate a different paradigm through which to view these old contextual stories. I'll always buy in, at least once. Yeah, I suppose you could probably check her for a brain tumor, but not likely. You don't get to experiment on me because you just can't figure out what's wrong with me. If you said I'm fine, you patched me up, I want to go home. You're not turning me into a lab rat.
This was sent to us by Father Durning in Pittsburgh from the train security.
Yeah, so no to the statue, but yes to the girl. Well, I suppose that makes sense. I mean, it's an actual person who can start talking and making questions for you guys to have to answer, so I guess you gotta get to the bottom of it. It's funny, her jacket is almost a similar shade to the lady she saw on the street. Whew, I have one tattoo, and that was enough. That was an experience. I did it for my 35th birthday. I'm glad I did it, but I don't need any more. Yeah, they know everything that's been happening to you. Don't whisper about me. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. That's rude. She's already going through stuff, and now she has to worry about her friends talking about her. I can hear you. The last thing you expected was a priest to walk in the door. If I didn't know better, I'd say she was flirting with a priest. Sure feels like it. He is hot, though. Hot priests, that's a problem. Especially on Fleabag, Andrew Scott. Yes, he is hot. Alright, now we're getting into it. You knew. That's why you came there.
You can't give me any kind of answer. Coffee's on me. Here.
Black coffee. Delicious. And that's the last thing that she needs. Whatever she's going through, she's definitely experiencing something psychologically and emotionally that's mentally draining her. You need to lean in. You made a mistake. It's a lot of candles for someone who can fall out at any moment and start flailing. At least she's looking for a reason and an answer. I understand the confusion. I can't imagine one day I wake up, I can't stand the smell of coffee or tea. I'm smelling flowers everywhere. I'm getting whipped on the subway for no reason by no one, and I'm bleeding through my wrists, but it doesn't hurt.
To God, the more open they are to the torment of their deeds.
See, his are through the hands, which is wild. And she's not bleeding from the eyes. Yet. Yeah, you bitches that were whispering around me want to treat me like everything's cool. No, it's not cool. Okay, I don't know about running out into the rain, into the street. She is a good friend. I'm glad that she has her in Donna. Her name is Donna, like Madonna, as in the mother of Jesus. Alright, so she's got 3. I'm sorry, but she can't get all 5. I'm fairly certain that that spear will kill her. Will kill anybody. Sticking a spear into your side? Don't run away. Lean into that. He's here to help you. All because she got that rosary. That kid had no idea how much he was going to ruin her life. She could die. Oh, that's cool. The way that the newspaper is cut, it looks like flying doves. Frankie, please stop running away. What a thing to be tortured by. And you're thinking that it's God doing it to you too? Like, what did I do that I deserve this kind of punishment? Take them things off, girl. I'd rather be barefoot than walk on those things with everything I'm going through right now. Especially if she gets the fourth through her feet in those chunky shoes. She gonna break something. Yeah, see, that's more emblematic or symbolic. The body can't be supported through the hands. It had to be the wrists. So what's happening to her is accurate. How would she know that? You're desperate to debunk this for yourself, but you're living it. So there's no point in doing that. He took his collar off. Don't do that, Gabriel. You look hot. I knew it was Aramaic. It's the same thing that they did in Dracula 2000. Yeah, so how would she know that if she was faking? Who knows Aramaic? It's not like something you could Google at the time. It's 1999. I was gagged when I found out that she did this for real. She's really sitting on a high rise at the top on the ledge. She's really doing that. Patricia Arquette is fierce and she's fearless. Look at that. She nuts. No. Not with the wind shear and the possibility. No, I'm just that unlucky. No. I don't think she was actually contemplating taking her life, but I'm certain that she's wondering why her life is being taken in this fashion. By this point, I know that she must know. He's told her about all of the symptoms of the stigmata. So now she knows she's had 3. So there's obviously something he wants to say, and he wanted to make sure the word got out, so he possessed the rosary, and whatever unfortunate soul got a hold of it was going to have this happen to them. It wasn't just because she's Frankie and she's promiscuous and, you know, she's a heathen and drinks and smokes. It's not that. It just so happened that she got chosen for this. You decided she's good enough. I'll use her as my vessel.
Basically, what I've done is I've exchanged one set of complications for another.
Indicative of the rapport that they're building upon. And there's definitely a vibe happening there, but I think it's definitely platonic, but he definitely cares about her, and probably in the way that priests love members of their congregation. He knows that something bad is happening to her. Oh my God. Oh, not all 4 at once. Come on now, she can't handle all that pain at once. Why do we have to revisit all of the other ones when we make a new one? Isn't it bad enough that she's getting the new one in her feet? Had to open up her head and open up her hands, her wrists, and open up her back too. She's got to be like half the blood in her body is gone at this point. I just can't see it any other way. Please stop. Please stop her. This isn't her. This isn't her. Oh, geez Louise. Why are you trying to bone him anyway? What's up with that? This isn't going to stop what's happening to you from happening to you. Who's doing this right now? Why are you doing this? I thought the point was to get the word out, not to test her? Why does she... I don't understand who's mad. Why are we mad? She hasn't done anything. She got the red eye, yellow eye thing again. Who is this? Is this the priest? Why are you mad? Oh man, she just got that place cleaned up. I couldn't live there after this.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
No, don't stab the priest! Oh, Jesus, come on now. How has she never played a vampire with that overbite? I love it. Grab her, pull her down before she gets the spear. Grab her, pull her down before she gets the spear. She got that rosary by happenstance. Where's that kid? I want to punch him in the face. I don't get it. Why paint over the words? Who did that? That wasn't him. That priest wants the word out. So who asked her to paint over it? Is she susceptible to the demon possession because she is so close to God? I can't imagine how helpless he must feel. He knows what's happening. He knows what's about to happen, and he doesn't feel like he can do anything except pray. Sometimes that's all you can do. That empathy is strong because he hasn't left her side. And he won't. I know he'll stay. He'll stay with her through this. He has. He let her whip his ass all around that apartment and didn't intervene or try and fight back because he's really scared for her. I love how tender he's being with her. And I love that she's leaning on him that way. It's not inappropriate. It's not romantic. It's literally just the both of them are scared and they're looking for comfort in this hellish situation. I like that. That's why you painted over it, because you knew he was coming and you didn't want him to see. Oh, you already have the paper. That is a bad priest. That is a bad man. I want to know Jesus, and if Jesus wants me to know that I don't have to go to church to know him, that should be a good thing. This dude is trying to keep it quiet. He's a rat. He's a church rat. A bad church rat.
Not about a girl taking on me or taking on the church. Why are you
I know that's right. You are a sinister minister.
tolerated by you lying on a bed together? Look, I know you think you're helping her, but
And whose fault is that? If you had handled the thing at Bella Quinto, back when he said something, we wouldn't be in this mess. I don't care if he is a priest. He's being dishonest. He knows more than he's letting on. He's known more from the start. He's not giving him the full 411. And now this girl is dying in his church. And I don't think he has any intention of stopping it. Your gut tells you you need to be there with her. Your gut is right. It's been right all this time. Rade. Hello, Rade Shibisha. I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I'll figure it out. It's Chechnya or Croatian or something. You ever been to Chechnya or Croatia? Any of those beautiful countries? They are beautiful countries. They may be war-torn, but they are beautiful. So Alameda, Delmonico, and him, they were all excommunicated because they knew about the scroll. At least they didn't kill him. I'm surprised they didn't kill them. Talk to him anytime you want. Call him on the main line. Just put your hands together. Start speaking. And it's so true. You don't need anything between you and the man upstairs. You can talk to him all the time. And yes, and she's got the rosary. That's the connection. Yay! Come on, scientist. Let's go, scientist. Thank God she knew to call on that particular priest who would actually do the work and figure it out. Put that thing away. It is not helping. You better hurry. I don't think he means for her to survive this exorcism, which is exactly what they're about to do. Against her will, when she's alone and exposed, and she knows too much. She's a threat to the church. She's a threat to the church. You know how special you gotta be to play demonically possessed and ethereally ordained at the same time? You're doing that all by yourself. She's gonna press charges. Do not kill her. Oh my gosh! That is a very personal kill. Kills with your hands where you have to look your victim in the face. That's personal. Punch him in the face. Or put a cross on his forehead because he probably needs something. There's a demon in there trying to kill that chick because you want to keep that scroll quiet. Please let her go. Please don't give her the fifth one. Yeah, let him talk. If he didn't have faith, he wouldn't have brought her here. Just walk through it. Just walk through it. Just walk through it. Just go get her. Ooh, I like this. No, okay, listen. You don't need to do the fifth one. He got the message. We're good. He'll spread it. Please don't give her the fifth one. Please don't do the spear. She won't survive that. So it was an exorcism. You had to exorcise a priest to get this message out.
Go in peace.
Oh, I just love it. He's in this black outfit. He's like this dark presence, but he's still the light. And he's taking her. She's like in a shroud, but she's in the blue, and she's like in a shroud. Yeah, you just want to say thank you. Thank you for not hurting her anymore. I have to believe that she is forever changed. She's not going to be a hairdresser anymore. That's life changing. Her whole outlook has been changed. She doesn't smoke anymore. She's definitely not going to be living the way she was before this happened to her. I wonder what happened to her after this. Now see, this is the ending that I remember, because her sitting up in his arms and walking through the garden sounds to me like she survived, right? But there's another ending to this movie. The moment where he says, "Don't go," she puts her hand on his face, she kisses him, and then they show her bleeding out and she dies. If I had seen that ending, it would have messed me up. But I love that I saw this version where he finds the scroll and she walks away from this a changed person. That's affirming to me, and I love that. So he found the scrolls. Good. Now you need to put them somewhere, not where Houseman is, and I hope you turn that dude into the police and make sure those scrolls get out to every diocese in the country. Hell, put them on the internet. Make sure everybody knows. I did not cry this time. I'm proud of me. I bronzed up and I took it and I dealt with it. I did enjoy it though. It's really interesting to watch this movie as a grown up now. I was in college, my second year of college when I saw this movie. And now as an adult, I can look at it and see all the faces that I didn't know I would know now, 20 plus years later. Cinematography was great. Patricia Arquette is always great. Gabriel Byrne did his thing. I appreciated the metaphorical things that were happening. And I love the story as far as there being something rooted, as far as there being something positive to say about belief and faith. I love the relationship between Patricia Arquette and Gabriel Byrne. I love how nurturing and tender he was to her and took care of her in the circumstance. If you have suggestions, please put them in the comments. And I hope to see you again soon. And my last parting message to you, as always, when you can, be the reason that someone smiles today. I hope you have a great one. Take care.